What's up everyone, it's back with you again, and today we're taking a look at another knife. This is the CRKT M16-10KZ. This is a great kind of subtle, simple little EDC knife from CRKT. They make great gear. I just like their stuff in general. You can check out my review of some of the other things. The Triumph neck knife, put an annotation down below, and also another one of their M16s. It's the ZSF. It's the tan one. It's much larger than this. So let's just talk about this knife. All right, let's talk through some of the specs. Your overall length, 7.125 inches. Your close length, 4 inches, and your weight is 2.3 ounces. That's one of the things I really like about this knife is how lightweight it is. I actually handed this to a buddy of mine at work today. I think he carries the Kershaw Scallion, and he was holding that and said, wow, this thing is just so light. His blade is not particularly heavy, but he was noticing when he held it that it was quite a light blade. Your blade length is 3 inches, your blade material is 8CR15 MOV, and your Rockwell hardness is 58 to 59. Now you can see obviously this is the Tanto. It is a black blade, it's partially serrated. There are lots of different versions in the M16 family when it comes to blade style and size of the overall knife. For this particular size knife, you can get it with a black blade or the bead blasted blade. You can get it with a spear point, the Tanto, serrations, plain edge. I just chose this because I wanted to kind of diversify what I was carrying when it came to EDC blades, so I got this one with the Tanto and the partially serrated. Okay, let's talk about blade deployment. Now, because this blade, and I'm talking about the actual metal, is so light, I find that it does take a little bit extra English when you flip it open, and I need to get a little tough glide in there to make sure that it moves more smoothly. But essentially what you're going to do is push down on this little flipper, and the blade will flip up. Now, if you do actually kind of push down and swing, it'll come open very easily, very smoothly. And it doesn't take a lot of extra work to get it to swing open, but you should, if it is well lubricated in on the pivot point, you should be able to just hit the flipper and the whole thing swings open. To deploy it using the flipper without really flicking my wrist at all, you basically want to put your finger on the flipper like this and then rest the bottom of the knife in your hand like that without holding back the blade, and then just press down. The other option for opening the knife is you have thumb studs on both sides of the blade there. And one thing you just want to be aware is if you're pressing on the thumb stud and you're blocking the flipper, this has to move down for the blade to move open. So just be aware that you're not bumping the flipper with the back of your hand.
Greetings YouTube. Today we're looking at the SOG Flint. It's the multi-tool. Emergency, does it say a glass breaker and whistle? So right here, this is what the unit looks like in its closed configuration. Here is your glass breaker. It doesn't have much of a point on it, to tell you the truth, but it's hard, so I don't know how well it will work on glass. I'm not going to try it on glass, or most importantly, car glass. It may work well. You probably have to get a good swing in there to really do it, but it's comfortable, and because of its overall shape, your finger really locks like that. So if you want to do a hammer blow like that, boom, that's not going to go anywhere. You're going to be able to get in there and hit that glass fairly hard. So if the glass is going to give, at least you'll be able to have the grip to impart the force that you need. The whistle right here, very useful if you are finding yourself in a position where you need to be rescued. A whistle is better than yelling. You can whistle much more easily, and you can be heard far further away. So what else? Steel wool. It makes a great fire starter. So here's your ferrocerium rod, and here is your striker, and it's actually a nice striker. I like this striker. It looks like it looks like a section of saw blade. I don't know if it is, but it's got that nice vibe. And this combined with some nice dry tinder, and this as a starter, will get a fire going for you in an emergency. And that's really what this tool is for. It's for emergency use. Though I guess I suppose if you really wanted to, you could use this as your general purpose. So that's what I got this for. I bought this for her to take with her as a piece of as a nice backup. You know, give a little peace of mind. Give me a little peace of mind because I know she'll have some extra gear that will help her in a pinch. So this has been the SOG Flint. I think it's a cool little piece of kit. I think it would make a nice addition to anybody's bug out bag or an EDC. Throw it into a backpack, your EDC pouch or something like that, and this will be there when you need it, and it's not going to take up much space. And it would even fit into like the little sleeve pencil that you often find in jackets and things like that. It would snap right in there, slip right in there, and you wouldn't even notice it. And it has a lanyard, so you can wear it around your neck if you choose. So yeah, cool little piece of kit. I like it. I'm glad we picked it up, and now I'm going to go give it to my wife, and I'm going to get the cat out of the way so I can turn the camera on.
Hey, in this video, we're taking a detailed look at the Trayvax Original 2.0 wallet that I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Okay, so the primary materials we have here are an aluminum front face and then a steel back, followed by paracord on the sides that hold this wallet together. And the steel is more reinforced because there's stuff like the pry bar here where, you know, you're gonna wanna have some additional strength to that so it doesn't bend and scratch up easily, as well as the money clip too. So that's steel on the back. Now, overall, I enjoyed testing this wallet. I just think it's really durable and very simple, but really well executed and an improvement on the 1.0 version. Instead of Velcro, we now have the paracord, if you're familiar with 1.0, which I think is a lot better of an option and easier to replace if something goes wrong. Now, let me just show you how it works. So there's this clasp in the back that you can kind of flick to open up the front side. And one of the things that I really like with this wallet that I think a lot of other wallets like this get wrong is card access. It's actually really easy just to quickly scan and fan through with things going on. Now, with wallets that you like squeeze and the cards fly out, or that you kind of have to fan out in a different way, this is just a lot easier in comparison to do that. So that's how that works. I mean, in terms of, and we will see you in the next video.
Today we've got the Provoke, and not just any Provoke from CRKT. This is the brand new first responder edition of this knife. It comes with a little more of a robust feature to it, and it comes with lots of mounting options and that Boltaron sheath. If you don't remember this knife, this thing has kinematic technology designed by Joe Caswell. It is fantastic. It lets you open a folding karambit one-handed in several different methods. Let's take a look at this up close and personal. The Provoke features a 2.4-inch black titanium nitride coated D2 tool steel blade. It is a fantastic hawkbill blade on this folding karambit. You have kinematic technology in the arms here, and that lets you take this thing and close it down to be a folding karambit. This first responder edition features a glass breaker right here at the tip. You can try to hold that so you can see it. It is a little tiny glass breaker which would let you get in here while this is closed and just pop and break some glass. This thing also comes, unlike the original Provoke, this thing comes with the Boltaron sheath. It's very easy to use. You just slip it in, and the box is filled with all kinds of mounting options. This is just one of the ones in the box, so you can put this thing on your vest, you can put this thing on your pack, you can put this on your hip, however you want to, as a first responder, so you can carry this knife, get it out easy, and pop it open. Right there like that. Closes down to 4.96 inches. It's 7.25 inches overall, and it does weigh 5.9 ounces. This is the new CRKT Provoke First Responder. It's going to have the glass breaker. It's going to have the sheath that lets you mount it a million different ways. And I'm going to tell you, it is still just as fun to be a fidget spinner knife. I think this is one of the coolest designs. It definitely was of 2019.
This week we're doing another multi-tool review. This time we're doing one of the SOG Mac V multi-tool. It's a 12-in-1 multi-tool. It has a carbide knife sharpener. I'm not too keen on that part, but the whole thing's less than $8. It does have a bottle opener. It kind of protrudes up. If you look at it, kind of hard to see it. It has a Phillips head screwdriver, has a flathead screwdriver, has a nail puller, wire stripper, pry tool area, has a 1/4 inch open-ended wrench, has other boxed, open-ended wrenches. It starts as it's also got a cord cutter here in the corner. It is a one-piece steel, a piece of stainless steel, except for it does have the little addition of the carbide knife sharpener added to it. This one right here, it goes up to, this is a 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8, and then the one in the middle is a 1/4 inch hex-headed wrench, which is this big guy in the middle. Also has a bottle opener. I mean, it's just a really nice tool. If you're looking for a multi-tool to add to your collection, put on your keychain. This is a great one to add, guys. It's really neat. It's a little more flare than a lot of the other ones. For what it costs, I picked this one up for $8, and I like it. I like it. It comes in very handy. You won't regret it. If you're looking for one to add to your collection, or just one to have on your keychain for your everyday carry, this one won't let you down. It's really cool. Only thing it doesn't really have is a knife on it, but that would probably keep this from being TSA friendly. I don't believe it is. Anyways, I don't think it is a TSA approved weapon.
Today we're looking at this, which is the Olight I3teo. This flashlight runs off one AAA battery. It's going to give you 2 lumen outputs, 5 lumens at the low and 180 lumens at the top. At 180 lumens, this thing will throw 60 meters and run for 21 minutes. And at 5 lumens, it's going to throw 12 meters and it's going to run for 16 hours. When I first saw this, the first thing I thought of was the Streamlight MicroStream, so very similar in size and just the overall look. The Streamlight MicroStream came out years ago, and then they had an upgraded version which gave you around 250 lumens of output, if I remember correctly. And that one's going to run you around $30. This is going to run you around $20. That one is micro USB rechargeable. Again, this one takes one AAA battery. It does have the cool clip there, so you can put that in your pocket and also put it on the brim of a hat if you want to use this as a light, you know, so you can be hands-free. This has a Luxeon TX LED. It is IPX8 rated, so good down to 2 meters, and it's drop resistant to 1.5 meters. Function is really simple. You have the end switch there. Click it once, it's going to come on. Turn it off. Click it on again, comes on higher. You can, without fully depressing it, clicking it, you can just do a momentary on and cycle between those two just by depressing it slightly. Rides nice and deep in the pocket. It's got some kind of cool knurling there that you can see. It kind of curls down like that. So just a cool looking flashlight. I saw this at SHOT Show 2018 and was intrigued because a lot of people are looking for a very compact light like this. This is a great light for me when I think about going to work and wearing a pair of khakis, or like on a Sunday when I'm preaching. This is nice to have a smaller, more compact flashlight with me, but something.
And today we're going to do a full review of the Garmin 6X Sapphire. This is Garmin's latest super watch, and notice I didn't call it a smartwatch. It isn't a smartwatch, it does so much more, and I'm constantly finding out new things that this watch can do. The number one specification that's on everyone's mind when you're looking for a new watch is the price, and this is not cheap. So with tax here in New York City, you're looking at about close to $1,000. Now that's not cheap at all. That's a really expensive watch in my opinion. I really think this watch is expensive, but it's well worth it because it can do so much for you. And let's be honest, if you're spending $1,000 on a watch, you're probably going to keep it until it dies or until something really new and innovative comes out. But honestly, if you do pick up this watch, you're really going to be happy with it, whether you're training for something important or whether you're just training for your overall health, which is actually really important too. A lot more important than training for an actual course. This is actually going to keep you guys healthy and keep you motivated and keep you fit, get you fit. Whatever your motivation is, this watch is going to help you with that. You do have GPS in here, so it has a whole new GPS sensor from Sony. This is the Sapphire edition, so this will not get scratched at all. You have a nice metal casing around. It's a 51mm casing. So this is kind of a big watch. Just take a look at it on my wrist, but I like bigger watches. They also have one that's a little bit smaller if you want to check that one out, but honestly, it's not a big deal.